It's a best-selling favorite, prosumer-level espresso machine with a 5 out of 5-star total average rating in nearly 200 customer reviews. And new for 2022, it's been updated with a key feature, plus beautiful real wood custom trim options. It's a machine that can take you places in espresso quality and do it in style. Hey, espresso lovers, Mark here from Latte. Love the latest version of the Profitec Pro 500 PID. I reviewed the original version of the machine back in 2014, then again 4 years later when it was upgraded with PID temperature control. Now, 8 years on, consistent upgrades have helped it remain one of my favorite heat exchange boiler machines. Most noticeably new for 22 is a visible PID display which incorporates the shot timer a lot of users wanted. Coming up, I'll look at the available flow control option that'll take extractions of specialty coffee to the next level, real wood custom trim options to help make the machine your very own. I'll look at how the machine operates. I'll pop the hood for a look at the internals, have test results for steaming performance, and point out the easy to miss details which sets the Pro 500 apart from the competition with a desirable combination of features and value. The Pro 500 is a reservoir-fed heat exchange boiler machine with E61 group, accurate PID temperature control, and vibration pump. It uses a 2-liter stainless steel boiler, which is larger than most competing machines. Casework quality is excellent. You really have to go to luxury-level ECM machines to do better. Valves for steam and hot water are one of those easy to overlook details. On the Pro 500, they are sprung, an extra that's rare on other machines. The sprung valves are smooth and easy to operate, just a quarter turn from open to close, and since the spring does most of the work for you, you don't have to crank on them. In fact, these are the same high-end valves found on Profitec's top-of-the-line Pro 700. Now, vibration pump machines tend to be noisier than more expensive machines using rotary pumps, but thanks to isolating pump mounts, the Pro 500 is one of the quietest vibe pump machines I've used. But quality and engineering, it goes further. Inside the machine, a very clean design. Components are well laid out and high in quality. Extra touches like an OPV that's serviceable if need be. Internal moisture from the vacuum relief valve routed out of the machine to the drip tray. It's unseen details like this which set the Pro 500 apart from others in its class. With a heat exchange boiler, you can brew and steam simultaneously on the Pro 500. If you've been using a single boiler machine, you'll be able to make your drinks much faster, as you don't have to wait for a boiler to heat up to steaming temperature. Then there's no need to cool the boiler back down after frothing milk. Compared to a single boiler machine, a much easier process and a huge time saver. With older heat exchange machines, one always had to do a cooling flush prior to making espresso. With PID controlling temperature in the Pro 500, that's usually only needed if the machine has been sitting on an idle for long periods, or if you're running the boiler at a higher temperature to increase steaming power and don't want a higher brew temperature. Gauges to the lower right read pressure in the boiler and brewing pressure in the hydraulic system during an extraction. The brew pressure gauge can help you get the grind size right. If you see the pressure below, say, 8 bar, it's likely you need to use a finer grind and or increase the coffee dose. If you're into experimenting, brew pressure is internally adjustable using the OPV. Now, we recommend setting the Pro 500's OPV to 10 bar of static pressure, which results in a maximum pressure of 9 bar on the coffee, and that's how it's going to come out of the box. If you want to change pressure, install the included blind filter basket in a portafilter, run the pump, and turn the OPV adjustment as needed until the gauge reads your desired pressure, keeping in mind that pressure on the coffee is about 1 bar lower during an actual extraction. Setting the PID brew temperature is easy. Just press the plus and minus buttons together, then quickly press the plus button and then use the buttons to adjust. When you set, you're setting the actual temperature in the boiler. For instance, a setting of 256 Fahrenheit gets you a brew temperature of about 200 degrees, which is right in the middle of the 195 to 205 espresso brewing range, and is where you want to be for, say, a medium roast coffee. General guidance for brew temperature from there is a few degrees cooler for dark roast and a few hotter for lighter roast. The dot in the display comes on when short pulses of energy are sent to the heating element. Those short pulses maintain very stable temperatures in the boiler. It's a much more accurate system than the pressure stats used in older or lower cost machines. Using the PID control, you can set an eco mode, which automatically turns the machine off after a set time from last use, ranging from 30 minutes to 10 hours in 30-minute increments. To set, press the plus and minus together, then the minus button to go to eco, and then use plus and minus to set the time in minutes or turn eco mode off. And for our friends outside the U.S., the display can be set to display temps in Fahrenheit or Celsius. When making the espresso, the display becomes an automatic shot timer, a useful function to help dial in your grind size and produce consistent extractions. The Pro 500's massive quarter-turn sprung valves feed no-burn wands for steam and hot water. The two-hole steam tip is balanced to the machine's power. With a larger boiler and robust 1400-watt heating element, you can steam indefinitely with pressure holding steady and even rising after an initial drop. The two-hole tip gives excellent roll in the pitcher for silky smooth milk froth. In my test with the boiler set to 256 degrees Fahrenheit, which gets you a brew temp again of about 200 degrees, it took 27 seconds to heat 5 ounces of milk from the fridge to a finished temp of 140 degrees Fahrenheit. I repeated the test with the boiler set to its max temp at 262 and picked up about 3 seconds, as it took 24 seconds to reach 140 in the pitcher. After steam, it only takes a few seconds for the boiler to recover to full pressure. So by the time you've set up for another drink, the machine is going to be ready and waiting to go. The Pro 500 is available with flow control of the E61 group. If you're into fresh from roast specialty coffees or want to custom craft extractions to pull out more sweetness, say, reduce acidity, or avoid bitterness, flow control puts those capabilities in your hands. If you're serious about flavor, know that controlling flow rates is how the pros get it done in the world of high-end specialty coffee. If you'd like to learn more about how to use flow, I've linked a video down in the description with 2 very simple flow profiles that pack a really big punch. In the box with the Pro 500 are bottomless and double spout portafilters, single and double shot filter baskets, a real-usable tamper, a blind filter basket for back flushing and pressure adjustment, group brush, and the machine's manual. If you want to show your style, you can customize the Pro 500 with real wood trim options. Deck yours out with wood portafilter handles, group lever, steam and hot water knobs, and on the flow control. Available wood species include tiger maple, walnut, wenge, sapele, and zebra wood. You know, it's no wonder the Pro 500 PID is a long-term bestseller and customer favorite. And for many, the latest version is even more desirable with the visible shot timer and the custom wood options. And you still have legacy features like PID for accurate brew temps, those robust, easy-to-use sprung valves for steam and hot water, dual gauges for steam and brew pressure, optional flow control for bringing out flavors in high-end specialty coffees, and the overall build quality that's synonymous with the Profitec brand. It's a machine that does not limit potential, and my go-to recommendation for those upgrading out of a single boiler machine, or for those who are serious about getting into higher-end espresso and want to start with a solid machine and avoid another upgrade down the road. Well, I do hope that's helped you out. If you have any questions on the Pro 500 here or anything coffee, use those comments and I'll get you a detailed answer. And if you love coffee and espresso as much as I do, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. I'm Mark. Thanks for watching. Be sure and come back soon for more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by Whole Latte Love.